first live stream of the new year, 2024. Let's just make sure that the YouTube doesn't blow us out, which means I need to put it
Right.
on mute.
Yep, and I'm on screen share.
Bear with me. Okay, screen share. Gonna smash that like button. Everything works. Let me do share screen. Oops, I'm not gonna share the screen. I'm going
You're just gonna let me share. Mine's green.
Yeah, so let me go make you co-host.
Okay.
And there we go. Greetings, everyone. Happy New Year to you. It's 2024. Welcome to the inaugural 2024 Epic Cash Live. Good to have you here. The last time I did a live stream, it was with this gentleman, Sky King. And I really encourage you to go back and watch that because we got into Epic Cash powering retail, and it's really exciting. So please, by the way, smash that like button, hit the notification bell, because maybe many of you didn't know that we were going to live stream today, because it's been a while since we were in the cadence. But if you smash that notification bell, you will be informed. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be what we call an Epic Cash quick hit. It is one that it's not going to be a full hour, but we want to be able to do these. And the reason why you should smash the notification bell is because we're not going to hold ourselves any longer to just broadcasting an Epic Cash anything on Friday at noon Eastern, even though I intend to. But there are going to be other opportunities, I believe, throughout the week. Hello, Just a Man. Happy New Year to you. But there are going to be other opportunities to bring you content. And man, there are so many things that are happening. I've not been this excited about anything. Seriously, with regard to this project, because of what is being worked on behind the scenes, that is really going to revolutionize crypto, revolutionize retail. And we're just going to give you a little peek in the barrel, a little bit. We're not going to talk about the massive macro project. That is more to come later. But I have with me Sky King. And if you all go back and you listen or watch the previous live stream where Sky educated us on his retail solution, you will have learned that I push back just a little bit, because I'm like, if I'm going to buy something at retail, I want to know how much it is in fiat while I'm buying it. You know, I don't want to have to say, excuse me, retailer, sir, but let me go to CoinMarketCap and let me search where we are, and let's do the math together so I send you the exact amount so I don't feel screwed and you don't feel screwed. Well, the gentleman on the line with me today is what you call a doer, not just a talker. But Sky, you are a doer. Why don't you share with the audience, Sky, what you did almost immediately after that live stream? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, good to be back, and thanks for having me as usual.
You bet.
Yeah, the last time we had a session, I felt like I came up a bit short in just explaining in words how a small merchant who doesn't have the means to modify their point of sale and customize it so that it would generate a QR code would have to go and use the website that I created called Epipe, where you put in the information and it cranks out the QR code for you. Now, typically, if a small vendor or merchant is probably going to be running that on either a laptop, where once they generate it, they could just spin it around, and then the customer can scan the QR code with their Epipe mobile wallet.
Okay.
Or with a little bit of tech know-how these days, you can have like a little 7-inch miniature monitor as a second monitor, and just have that website showing up on that monitor, so it's always facing the customer.
Nice.
So that's another option. But the key here is for the merchant to be able to quickly and easily put in information about the transaction and the amount, and generate a QR code for the customer to scan and hit that pay button, and they get paid.
So it's that easy. I mean, let's walk us through. Let's say that this was set up at my local Pizza Mania that's right down the street. I love going there, and
All
I'd
right.
love it if I could pay with Epic
Right.
Pay at Pizza Mania. How would that happen, Sky?
Well, whoever's running the pizza shop is going to have their Epic Pay wallet or their Epic Cash wallet open, probably the GUI wallet, running next to whatever computer program they have for their point of sale.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also going to have a web browser running, which is going to allow them to enter the information and generate the QR code. So we're going to do a screen share here, and I'm going to bring up the Epipe location where they're going to put in the information to generate the code.
Okay, excellent.
And that comes up right here. Okay, now we can see that.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so the first thing is that most merchants are going to have two pieces of information that they want to provide to this website over and over again, so that it's always there. And that is the local currency they're using and their Epic wallet receive address. So if you look up here, how you do that is you've got epipe.epic.tech and then a question mark, and then you put in your Epic box receive address, followed by an asterisk, which separates it as a piece of information. And we're not going to put in any point of sale because that's going to change every time. Although you could, if you wanted to, put a point of sale information between these two asterisks.
Ah, okay.
You can also send it an amount, but again, that's something that's going to change on every transaction. So we're going to leave that blank. So there's just another asterisk. And then the last piece of information that you would be sending it is your local currency.
Okay.
All right. So I've got we're gonna go to the UK for our pizza.
All right.
Okay. So when I put in this information, you'll notice that it automatically fills in the local currency, and it fills in my wallet address from this. Now, save this as a bookmark.
Oh,
then all you have to do when you start your business up at the beginning of the day is just call up this website with that bookmark, and it's going to fill in your currency and your receive address. So now all you have to do is come down and enter here whatever your point of sale has generated for a way to identify that transaction. So let's say it created an invoice number just so it has something to track, and it's 54611.
Okay.
And let's say that pizza is going to cost you £12.50.
Okay.
Now we're going to hit generate. It comes up and it tells you, oh, that £12.50 in British pounds is going to cost you 43.4 Epic.
Wow.
It's gone off to CMC and looked up the current price.
What is CMC for those who might not know?
Coin market cap.
Okay. And that is kind of the king of the hill, right? In being able to assess
I think it is
different
for
projects.
right now. That might change, but that's the API that I'm using to do this lookup.
This is great. Perfect.
Yep. So there's your 43. So now you know how much the actual transaction was in local currency. And it says, well, it's going to cost you this much Epic to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And once you click on that, there's your QR code that you'll scan.
Mm-hmm.
And what that QR code will provide to the Epic Pay mobile wallet is this information down here, which is, again, the vendor's Epic box
Cool.
address. And it's also going to now send it the transaction ID, which was 54611. It's going to tell it we're in Great Britain pounds for our local currency type. And the actual amount, which was $12.50 for that nice pizza. And finally, the amount in Epic that you're going to need to pay.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens in the Epic Pay wallet, when you click on pay and you scan this, it's going to jump over to the send page.
Okay.
And it will automatically fill in the receive address. This is the vendor's receive address. It's going to take everything here that's between these two asterisks, which is the ID 54611, GBP 1250. It's going to automatically put that in the on-chain note field.
Wow.
Then it's going to put this in your amount of Epic to send. And it will send that to the vendor.
Mm-hmm.
So the vendor will then get a transaction. And if they open their GUI wallet, they are going to see the 43.3957 as an incoming transaction that they've just received. If they click on the little eye icon, which brings up the transaction detail, there is a field in there called message 0.
Mm-hmm.
That is that on-chain memo field that is passed over in the transaction. And in that, they will see this exact information right here, which is the transaction ID 54611. So now the vendor knows how to take their original point of sale invoice number and match it to this and verify the original invoice amount in local currency 1250. And they can say, yep, I got 4350, 43,397 of Epic to settle this invoice 54611 for $12 or £12.50 in British pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And then they can go into their point of sale and click that invoice is now paid.
Wow.
So that's how that's going to work.
Can I ask you a couple of questions? So
sure.
This has to be done within the merchant's GUI wallet, right? It can't, wouldn't be an Epic Pay to Epic Pay wallet, or could it be?
You could do it in Epic Pay wallet because Epic Pay, I'm pretty sure, allows you to see this piece of information down here, the on-chain memo.
Okay.
That's still going to show up on an Epic Pay wallet as well, right here, the ID 54611. Anything that's in between these two asterisks,
yeah,
will show up.
But it would probably be the smart thing for the merchant to just set up a GUI wallet within their system, right? Instead of,
I think that would be the easiest thing if they're already running a PC or a laptop at their checkout counter, and they've already got their point of sale running on it.
Yeah,
it's easy enough to have another screen with the GUI wallet and then another screen with this website, so they can just switch back and forth real quick to
I gotcha. Okay.
Generate the invoice, generate the QR code, double check in their GUI wallet that it was received, go back into their point of sale and mark that invoice paid, we're done.
Right. I'm just thinking at a lower level of farmers market, let's say. I mean, that's where I think this would be just powerful, right? I think we could evangelize to that whole segment of the population that wants to be able to have an alternative way to be able to acquire nutrition, and would like to go straight to the source versus, the chemicals that are served at our local supermarkets. So that's why I was wondering if somebody could say, yeah, I have an Epic Pay. I can take payment in Epic, and here, would this be portable to the Epic Pay app to where, okay.
Yep. Yeah, like I said, this thing you could still scan the receiver, the merchant is going to receive the transaction, and then they just bring up the transaction detail in their Epic Pay wallet.
Okay.
And they will see that invoice. But again, if we're talking about just an individual selling apples at a farmer's market, he's probably going to skip all of this and just open his wallet, go to receive, hit the QR code, show the QR code to the person buying the apples, who will scan it and just enter 5 Epic for whatever he bought for apples, and they won't even need to go through any of this.
But they wouldn't then have the advantage of being able to say, okay, this is going to be normally for these 3 apples I would charge $5.
Correct.
They then would have to figure out what that would be in Epic.
Right.
It wouldn't be done within the app.
Right. So basically, if they had this website up in their browser on their phone, they could do this whole generation thing of just leave this up, leave the point of sale blank, and put in the amount. Like, I'm going to go in here now and I'm going to put in 45.
Mm-hmm.
And when I generate this, it wants something in here too. So here they're just going to put an X, because there's really nothing there.
Okay.
And now the ID is X because they don't really care about an invoice.
Okay. Now, I have a question. Now, this is all private, right? Nobody except the sender and receiver is going to be able to have access to that BP 45, that information, right? That's just
correct.
Okay.
Yep. That's just generated locally and put into this QR code, and it goes away.
So this is a fully private transaction between buyer and seller.
Yeah, I mean, this is you're at Epic Tech, which is HTTPS. So this information is only going between the merchant to the website, and it's encrypted, so that's all private.
Now, have you war gamed this out for an online store?
Online store is going to follow the same exact process to generate this information you see at this bottom line down here.
Okay.
So basically, they're going to have their own lookup to get the price, convert the price into Epic, and they're going to generate their own QR code, which will put out this exact same information.
See, and I'm being very, very specific now because I'm speaking to Mike Adams right now. Mike, we love you. But I think it would be awesome if there's a way that we could create some kind of pilot for what Sky has created with your store. So I'm just putting that out into the universe. I'm obviously going to ask you to listen to this short video. But if it could be done, how would we do it? Because really, I wrote something down the other day, and this has to do with our 3 o'clock meeting we're going to have today too, Sky. But it's the lack of use cases that's killing private crypto. So my New Year's resolution, as I know yours is as well, is to focus on use cases. And that's what we're doing right here. That's why I think that being able to provide the Epic Cash community with an opportunity to be able to buy food, speaking to Mike here, I
Yep.
think the community would welcome that with open arms. I would. And this is just a cool way to do it, to be able to operationalize it and what is it they say? Plan, do, review, plan, do, review, plan, do, review. So if that would be possible, that would be great. We just need a first use case to be able to point
Yep.
to and say, this is how it's
Right.
done. This is how we did it. So
Right.
I'm super
Yep.
impressed with this,
Yep.
Sky.
So now we're going to change the local currency up here to US dollars.
Okay, cool.
And now we're in US dollars. And if you don't like that, by the way, you've got about 30 different fiat currencies that comes from the CMC website, which are the ones that they offer to do the exchange rate to. So we're
Okay.
going to use US dollars. There's your receive address. Put in an invoice number. Put in an amount. It's going to take 40.89 Epic to cover $15 at the current rate. There's your QR code, and now we're back in US
Now, what's going to
dollars.
magically happen, sports fans, is that $15 or the 40 Epic that it's going to take to cover that $15,
It's going to go way down.
as the use case gets implemented, and as we start, marching towards utility instead of speculation, then by default, that, $15 one day could be, okay, that's going to be 1.2 Epic.
How about 0.0001
exactly.
Epic?
Exactly. I mean, that's where this is headed. And that's why I love the fact that this community is now focused on Epic Cash. It's an awesome cryptocurrency, private cryptocurrency. And it just feels kind of like the weight of the world has been lifted off our shoulders because we're able to focus. We're able to focus, and I'm really, really excited to see how people are rallying. And again, folks, there are some things happening that are yet to be revealed, but just know that that it's all about the use case. In 2024, it's all about the use cases. And I will share with you, just to show a little bit of leg, it's not just about Epic Cash. This is about crypto powering what's the right word? Crypto powered purchases. How about that? That's what we're talking about. I can't wait for the day to where it just becomes my decision whether I want to pay in fiat or if I want to pay with my crypto. And that's where the puck is heading, folks.
Yep.
So that was excellent, Sky.
Yep. Epic Cash's future value will be determined a lot by utility cases.
Yes. Yes.
The more we get people who want to use it, the more valuable it becomes.
That's right. And if we want to be able to have a parallel economy, which we all talk a big game and we say we want to, right? That would be just freaking great to not have to go through the Druid Babylonian bastards, the banksters, the they out there. Then we have to have people who are willing to do, not just plan, review, but do. And that's what we have here with Sky. So I am just so impressed that you took this initiative on yourself. And I know you really, really have put your heart and soul into it, and you continue to shape it in a positive way. So my hat's off to you, Sky King.
Yeah, well, thanks. It was a fun little project to do, and it's not finished, I'm sure. There will be things coming up to make it bigger and better as we go along.
Amen. All right. Well, we have a few people in the chat. I just want to share with you all. Happy New Year. I really, really wish you and yours an amazing 2024. And I wish our community and the privacy projects that are out there, I wish us all the best. And I know that I just have a sneaky suspicion this is going to be an amazing year for private crypto. It just feels right. Man, I can't wait to share more at some point in time, but that's where you all come in. You need to hit that notification bell. So when I do go live with any guests or recurring guests, you'll be there ready to say, oh, there's a live stream. Let me go see what they have to say. So we are going to keep it short because it still kind of is the holiday, and I have some honeydews that I need to work on today. But thank you, Sky. Thank you for joining me, and thank you everybody in the chat. And I can't wait for Mike to listen to this, see this, and get his feedback because there's no greater advocate of alternative systems and being able to get out of banks than is Mike Adams. So more to come, sports fans. Okay, Sky, anything before we say sayonara?
I think we're good, but we'll be back like a bad rush.
Okay, I do have one question. Do you anticipate being able to have kind of a dedicated website? You know how we have buyepiccash.com? I think that would be a good idea if we really want to ramp this to where you might think about a dedicated website that really is just a wonderful interactive tutorial to be able to help merchants on ramp that could ultimately be developed and stuff. So just planting that seed for you.
Okay.
Cool.
Will do.
All right, everyone. Have a great rest of the Friday and a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next week at some point.